Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Drop Zone Podcast with your partners in crime, Anthony Young and Jeff Walsh. How you doing today, bud?
Doing pretty good on this special Thanksgiving Eve episode. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving, a very early happy Thanksgiving. But I'm doing well. Uh, Again, I can't really complain about nothing. Just living life. How are you?
Pretty much the same. We had an easy week this week at work because of all the hours we worked the last 2 weeks for the events that we had. So yeah, we can get up for another event, and I think my boss is trying to kill me. Like I told you, he got me working like a 9 day stretch for like 64 hours. Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
gonna
know
be.
that was. Yeah, I didn't know that was legal for to do that to tell somebody for 64 hours. So
Well, in Michigan, it is.
yeah, apparently it's a lot different than PA.
Hell, when I lived in uh, Washington State, I worked like 23 days straight.
That's ridiculous.
I was also a lot younger too.
Yeah.
So, but what we got on the docket for today, bud?
Just pretty much our same old stuff. The weekly recap of the games that drew our attention that we would like to talk about. And then my special dummy slash asshole of the week. I could not just keep it at a dummy because what this individual did was very uh assholish, so I couldn't just keep it as a dummy. But no, yeah, a little excitement because I know that you're excited to hear what it's about. And then we will do our uh pick'ems afterwards, like always.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait till that segment comes up. Like I said, when you sent me what was on a docket for today, and I saw that, I was like, oh. It like took everything I had to not ask you what it was about. I was like, I just gotta wait.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just wait and see. All right. So our first game is probably the least interesting game of the weekend, but we still need to talk about it because Chitter Sanders made his NFL starting debut against the piss poor Raiders team. Uh, he went 11 of 20, 209, a touchdown interception. Judkins had 2 rushing touchdowns. Dylan Sampson, the record running back, had a receiving touchdown. And their defense alone had 10 sacks, which was incredible. Myles Garrett, I don't really like him too much. I don't like the Browns, but he's probably the best defensive player this year. There's no question with that one. Raiders offense, again, this whole team is just terrible. He went 30. Geno Smith went 30 for 44, 285, 1 touchdown. Ashton Genty caught that receiving touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 4 receptions for 62 yards. And the Raiders fired their head coach. Sorry, not head coach, but offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, and named QB coach Greg Olson as the new offensive coordinator. which is just his third time doing it. He's been with the organization for a long time, and this is now the third time he's been appointed as the head coach for the team.
The offensive coordinator.
Hmm.
You say he
Yes,
was the head
head
coach.
coach. Yeah, I said it again. Um,
I think you
Now
want him to be the head
Shador.
coach.
Hmm. Yeah, Shador is I know we've shit on him for a large part of the season, based off of how unprofessional he's acted. In this game, I don't think he did anything special, but he didn't do anything that cost his team the game. Um, and he relied on his defense, which has been good all year. It's the fact that the offense couldn't push the ball down the field successfully. He had really, to me, it was one very good pass he rolled out right, or right, and he threw it down the field for a Isaiah Bond reception. And then his touchdown was a screen pass that somehow went fucking 50 plus yards because the Raiders' defense is that bad. So I don't think he did anything too crazy again. This is against the Raiders, who are nothing to be talked about. We saw how Shador looked against the Ravens last week in the second half. So let's just take it easy. People are really like, oh my God, see, like, look what he can do. Relax. It's against the Raiders. His defense really, really carried him in this game. So let's just see what he could do against an actual good football team this coming week. That's all I gotta really say. And the Raiders, they should have fired their offensive coordinator Chip Kelly long ago. I don't know what took them so long into the season. They've been absolutely terrible this whole entire year. So again, this is pretty much the most least interesting game to talk about, in my opinion. So um, yeah, I don't know if you have any thoughts on Shador's first start in the NFL.
I mean, I really don't have much to say about it. I mean, I even asked you when you sent me what we were talking about. Why is this game on the docket? And I mean, yeah, because I mean, you get a good point because it was his first NFL start. But I mean, again, it's like, okay, you're pitting up against the Raiders, a team that's, they don't know if they're coming or going. So it's like, I mean, to me, it was nothing special. Like you said, let's see him do it against a. I mean, yes, it is an NFL team, but let's see him against a real good team where it's a good defense and stuff like that. So, hey, Brian.
Um, they played the Niners this coming week, so we will see how that game goes for Shador because he's going to need to actually put up some points and move the ball down the field, and which is tough against that Niners defense.
I agree.
All right, now into the more interesting games. I will talk about my Steelers game. Uh, we lost 22 to 31. Again, Mason Rudolph started because Aaron Rodgers he has the fracture in his wrist, and now he's looking to play against the Bills this coming week at home. Mason went 24 for 31, 171, one touchdown, one interception, and a fumble. Kenneth Gainwell, 92 rushing yards, 30 receiving yards. Jalen Warren found the end zone on 68 rushing yards. DK Metcalf had a rushing touchdown. Calvin Austin went 4 receptions for 36 yards. Caleb Williams played a pretty decent game against us, which pretty much everyone does, because you know what, our defense is not that great. Caleb Williams, 19 for 35, 239, 3 touchdowns. Kyle Manangai, 12 carries, 40 yards, and touchdown. DJ Moore had 2 of those receiving touchdowns, and Colson Loveland caught the other one. Now, our defense is not good, like I said. I've just about had it with this team this year. And that takes a lot for me to say because, as a lot of people know, I am a diehard Steelers fan. Been a Steelers fan for a very long time. Um, it don't matter who the QB is for us, what new personnel we put in this organization, what new pieces we put around our said quarterback. It is the same shit every year. We start off good. We start off 4-1 this year, and we're now 6-5. Mason Rudolph looked just like Aaron Rodgers looks every week. This is pretty much Aaron Rodgers' stat line. Sub under 200 passing yards. He'll have a touchdown and maybe an interception. This team, I don't know what direction they're going to go in. People are still now saying fire Mike Tomlin. I don't think that's the option because I don't know if people really realize how lucky we are to have Mike Tomlin still. With Tony, you can say this. Your Giants are now looking for a new head coach, so
I
I'm
wouldn't
sure
mind
if Mike
taking him.
Tomlin, yeah, like if Mike Tomlin became available, you would take him in a heartbeat. So I'm very just underwhelmed with this team because it really started off really good. I came on here very excited and happy, and I should have known to relax because now the Ravens have caught us up in the division,
Yeah, but
which is
part of the issue with your defense is majority of them is hurt and playing out of position.
yeah, but I don't think that excuse. I mean, even when they weren't hurt and playing out of a position, they were still looking pretty bad. We are giving up. I think I saw a graphic on CBS when the game was going on. We are on pace to be the worst defense in yards allowed a game in a very long time. Um, again, Caleb, I mean, our defense, we got that strip sack in the end zone because Caleb couldn't throw the ball away. That was pretty much our big play of the game. Um, won this game again. But when it was 20-31, we were moving the ball down the field in that final drive, and it just stalled out because we don't have. I mean, we have enough. We just don't do the right play calling. Um, so yeah, I mean, we lose another game, and the Ravens ended up winning another game. They have a cakewalk of a schedule this coming stretch, and we have a pretty tough schedule. We just played the Bears, and we play the Bills this coming week. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm very, very upset and disappointed with this team right now.
Um, I mean, I can understand where you're coming from, especially on the defensive end. Because yeah, I'll get to that in a bit. With the offense, I mean, what do you expect if you have a 41-year-old quarterback? You basically told him just manage the game, don't throw the game away. I mean, the defense hasn't been. I mean, yeah, they might be on record pace for getting off the most yardage, but who cares? They still keep people out of the end zone. Now, if they was on pace to give up the most points, yeah, then I would be a little bit worried. But the Steelers always had that bend don't break type of defense, And yes, I mean this year they've been a little bit more breaking than they have bending. But again, like I said, you started off the season where for some godforsaken reason you decided to trade half your secondary for an aging secondary. And then I mean they had the time to get time to gel. And then when they started gelling, they started getting hurt. So I mean, and you got players playing out of position. But like I said, I mean, yeah, they're giving up the yardage. I mean, who cares? As long as they're not giving up points. As long as they're keeping the teams out of the end zone. Because a lot of the scores have been, low scoring. I mean, not tremendously low scoring, but around the league average of what's everybody's scoring. So guys just need to get a quarterback that can actually, you know, move the football. Hey, we'll send you Russell Wilson back.
No, I'm good with not having Russ. That is one player I'm alright to
Are
not
you
have.
sure?
Oh, I'm sure. I am sure I don't want Russ back. I'm okay.
I'll give them to you for a bag of cookies.
No,
Damn. How about a bottle of water?
I'll take a bottle of water.
Hey,
So this season we've given up 32, 31, 14, 21, 9, 31. Sorry, 33, 35, 20, 25, 12, and 31. So it's not the most like I get like what you're saying, like we're not giving up touchdowns, but we're not the most imposing defense like we have been in years past, is what I'm trying to say. And in the year where we have a 41-year-old quarterback, that's what we need. And that's not what we're getting every game all the time. Like TJ Watt's been almost no shows in a lot of games. TJ Watt is getting, I understand, double teamed and chipped almost more than any other player in the NFL, which is a big part of the reason why Miles Garrett having such success. Even when he's getting chipped and double teamed, he's still getting to the quarterback. But I mean, this defense has been very underwhelming all year. And now the the offense is in a downhill. It started off not looking too bad, and now it's in a downward spiral. And again, it's very even more frustrating that the other events have now caught us in uh, the division. To now they are now leading it, and we play them twice. I think after this Bills game we play them, and then I don't know, last game of the season we play them. So that'll be very interesting to say the least. Speak of interesting, uh, the Colts and the Chiefs game.
what's up, Delmar?
Um, I don't know who they're gonna draft. I mean, we keep drafting offensive linemen, and they've been not working out too bad, really. I think they've looked not too bad with the offensive line. Uh, Again, they're all very young. I mean, I mean, we don't really need a running back. I like Gainwell. I like Warren. Um, we have a rookie running back, or sorry, a rookie quarterback, Will Howard. Um, I would like to see him. Uh, maybe next year. I mean, again, they really want Rodgers to stay for one of the year, but I wouldn't blame him if he just doesn't play. Um, in the draft, again, it all depends on. how this year ends. Really, I mean that's what I gotta say. I mean it all depends how this year will end for the Steelers, and again, we're probably gonna have a mid 20s overall pick, and we'll see what we do with that. But the Colts and the Chiefs game is what we're going to be talking about next, and the Colts had it. The Colts had this game. They were up 20-9 with about uh I think 11 minutes to 10 minutes to maybe 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they threw it away. But again, we got to look at who their quarterback is. Daniel Jones. People were all excited about him. And I was one of them. I was like, wait a minute, this might be a different Daniel Jones. But we've now
The
seen
little Daniel
in
Jones,
two
please stand
to three.
up. Please stand
Mhm.
up.
Yep, you were saying it, but then you started giving him credit, and now he's kind of come back around. But it also has something to do with in the games where we see Jonathan Taylor get stopped, Dan Jones is unable to carry the load offensively. We've seen it now twice in the Steelers game when we played him, and now in the Chiefs game when they really needed him the most. He couldn't step up in the moments and carry that offense. He went 19 for 31. What do you want in two touchdowns? I mean, that's an all right performance. But when you're up 20-9, and you just can't just hold on to the ball. I'm not saying that he was throwing interceptions. I'm just saying that they couldn't move the ball down the field to where they were taking time off the clock. In the fourth quarter, the Chiefs had either over 300 over 200 yards of offense. In the fourth quarter, the Colts had 18 yards of offense and four 3-and-outs. I pinned that on Daniel Jones because of the fact that he cannot, again, he couldn't make plays when his team really needed it. I again, they had it. They really did. They had the chance to just put the nail in the coffin for the Chiefs, and they couldn't do it. They just could not do it. Um, Mahomes went 29 for 46, 352, one interception. Uh, they ran Kareem Hunt a lot, 30 carries for 104 yards, a fumble, and a touchdown. And Rashee Rice had 141 yards receiving. Colts, you blew it. I mean, you really did. Um, then I think the whole AFC was kind of rooting for you in this. Just you had your chance to bury the Chiefs once and for all, and to really knock them out of the playoff race in a lot of people's minds because of the tiebreakers that they don't have right now. They've lost to the Chargers, they've lost to the Broncos now, and that's in their own division. Never mind all the top talent in the AFC, including the Colts. So they really had a chance to just say, "See you later, Chiefs," and come us and the Colts, and they really blew it. And when I say they, I mean Daniel Jones kind of blew it for this team. I mean the defense crumbled towards the end, but that doesn't shock me. Again, going against the best QB in the league, Daniel Jones, you need to step up your performance, and he wasn't able to do so. So I pinned this loss. I pinned this loss mainly on him, on Daniel Jones.
I said it last week, and I said it again this week. If you stop if you stop Jonathan Taylor and force the game to be in Daniel Jones' hands, Daniel Jones is going to do what Daniel Jones always do, and that's lose the game. I know all you Colts fans were so excited when the way he started out. Well, yeah, because he didn't have the game wasn't in his hands. He had Jonathan Taylor that was doing all the work and running all over the place and running at will. now that he's being stopped and the game got to be put in his hands, the real Daniel Jones always stands up. But we also got to give the Colts defense some credit because Steve Spagnuolo had that defense geared up to stop Jonathan Taylor and just basically just feast off of Daniel Jones. And with the Chiefs offense, I mean, the fact that you held them to 9 points until the fourth quarter, I mean, says a lot to the Colts defense, but it also says a lot to where, like you said, the Colts had a chance to officially bury the Chiefs and basically knock them out of the playoffs, or at least made it even harder for them to get into the playoffs. And now that offense is starting to come back to life, and if that offense gets going, look out.
I know the Chiefs on Thanksgiving played the Cowboys, which is one of the worst defenses in the league, but they've looked better in these past 2 weeks. We will talk about them in a little bit with the comeback that they had. Um, and now, speaking of comebacks, the next game we will talk about is your Giants and the Lions game. I feel like it's on rinse and repeat for you guys. Every week I sit here and I type up the scores and I type everything up to where on paper it looks like you guys should have won. Um, but it's another loss in the column for you guys. This is your now fifth 10-point blown lead in the fourth quarter this year, which has now led to you guys firing your defensive coordinator, Shane Brown,
About
and you've
time.
now named your and you guys have now named your your outside linebackers coach, Charlie Bolin, as the interim. Jameis Winston. I called for this for a while. Man, he made that game look exciting.
Yes, he did.
Oh my goodness. 18 for 36, 366, 2 touchdowns, an interception, and he caught a touchdown. That was to me, that's the play of the season so far. He
Yeah, that
caught
was
that
an
ball.
amazing play.
He caught that ball, stiff armed the defender, got him off of him, spun, and danced into the end zone for a touchdown. That's a quarterback, folks. That's no wide receiver. Uh, Freaking Wandale Robinson had a career game, 9 receptions, 156 yards, and touchdown. Theo Johnson had 3 receptions for 77. I think when Neighbors comes back, Wandale Robinson, he has a chance to really be something special. I mean, he needs to be in something special right now, but I'm saying next year, Neighbors is going to get a lot of attention. Wandale needs to be on everybody's radar for next year. But then we go on to the Lions side. There was 3 main components of this game. The Lions side. Jared Goff, Gibbs, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Mainly Gibbs. He had 15 carries for 219 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had 11 receptions for 45 yards and a touchdown. So 3 total touchdowns and over 250 total yards. Amon-Ra had 149 yards receiving and a touchdown. Now, again, this is your Giants team. I would like to hear from you first. Again, you guys finally fire your defensive coordinator, Shane Brown, after your guys' fifth fourth quarter blown lead. Take it away.
Um, I really don't have much of a rant, surprisingly. The team looked good. My only issue, well, I have two issues. The first issue was Mike Kafka's bonehead call to go for it on fourth and goal towards the end of the game instead of kicking the field goal and putting the team up by six, which would have forced the Lions to have to get a touchdown to win. That is what he should have did instead of. I mean, I get the point. He didn't trust the defensive coordinator. I can't say I blame him. So he tried to go up by 10, which would have definitely secured the win. But at the same time, you you can't leave points on the field, especially when the game is coming down to the final 2 minutes. Take the points. You kick the field goal. You up by six. Like I said, now you're forcing Detroit to have to score a touchdown instead of kicking a 59-yarder that barely made it to send the game into overtime. My second issue has to do with overtime. Why wasn't DeMarcus Lawrence in the game? First play from line of scrimmage, Gibbs going touchdown. Where was DeMarcus Lawrence? So, yeah, I mean, the defensive coordinator needed to go. You can see the frustration on a lot of Giants defensive players, especially Brian Burns. You could just see the frustration where he's like, "What's going on here? Why?" For 3 quarters, we're calling the perfect game, and then the fourth quarter, we can't do nothing. So the blame has to go to both the head, Mike Kafka as well as Shane because like I said, Kafka, you kick the field goal, you're up by six, you have to force him. You basically put him in four down territory, and it was under 2 minutes. You would have had a victory if you would have kicked the field goal.
Think that their GM needs to be probably let go at the end of this year.
The whole front office need to be fired.
Mhm. They just need to start fresh, I would think. Um, Here's a tweet that was sent out. Week 2, they were up 37-34 against the Cowboys with 14 seconds left. They lost that game. They were up 14-3 against the Saints. Lost that game. That was a lot earlier. In the picture, it says it was second quarter with 7 minutes 50 seconds left. That one, all right. Now the one everyone really knows about, the Broncos game, up
Broncos,
26-8 with 5:19 left in the game, lost that game.
the
And the Bears
Bears,
game, 20-10 with just under 4 minutes left in the game. And now this one, 27-17 with just under 11 minutes left in the game, and they lose. Um, I just saw a tweet that Jackson Dart's almost ready to come back and play.
yeah, but
Now,
he's still in concussion protocols.
Sheffy tweeted something. I don't know how long ago it was. Let me see.
They let him practice, but he has to clear. concussion protocols.
Yeah, Giants said Jackson Dart was a full participant in today's practice, giving him a chance to make his first start on Monday Night Football. I don't know. I would just, if he does play, I would tell them, please just take care of yourself. Be be safe out there, please, because if he gets another concussion, there it's not looking good for him.
Me personally, I would just sit him, put him as QB2, and let Winston finish out the rest of the season.
That's what I would do. There's no need to get him injured anymore.
I mean, you could bring him in for special packages, but as far as finishing the rest of the season, leave him as QB2. Let Winston finish out the season. That way, you're protecting him and the future of the franchise. Because it's not like we're getting anywhere. It was the first team eliminated from the playoffs, which is puzzling because there's a team that only has one loss, one win, and they're not even eliminated yet mathematically.
Yeah, I mean, again, Scotto was already hurt. Neighbors already hurt. Don't get Dart hurt to where, again, like you said, the future is in jeopardy in start next year. Now, another comeback. The Eagles and Cowboys game. Boy, did I call it. I said the Cowboys are going to win this game.
I
I
think I
said it.
did too.
Yeah, you did. You did say it. I was like, I don't know. Cowboys defense looks better. Eagles offense is struggling. Didn't look like that in the first half, though. Eagles were winning 21 to nothing.
It was a rout in the first half.
I was like, uh-oh, here we go. I was like, I was gonna have to come on here and be like, I was extremely wrong. Excuse me. But the Eagles show the Eagles' ways. And this time it wasn't even the receiving core. It was your good old buddy Saquon Barkley, who had, I think, what is one of the worst games of his NFL career. He had 10 carries for 22 yards, 7 receptions for 52, and a fumble. He wasn't, watching that game back, he wasn't very elusive. He was getting tackled in the open field by Overshown, their linebacker. He wasn't, he didn't look like Saquon Barkley, is what I'm trying to say.
It happens.
He,
Look at King
he,
Henry, where he went through that period where he was fumbling nonstop.
hmm But I mean, again, but this is an Eagles team that has been their offense has looked terrible. Hurts hasn't looked great. AJ Brown's always complaining for good reason.
Yep.
But this game wasn't about that. Hurts went 27 for 39, 289 and a touchdown. He also had 2 rushing touchdowns. AJ Brown had 8 receptions for 110 yards and a touchdown, and Smith had 6 receptions for 89 yards. Their 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 play calling in the second half was absolutely atrocious. It was some very, 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 very bad play calling. Um, they had a missed field goal in there. They went 3-and-out on a lot of their drives, to where Dak and the boys were able to come back and win this game. On a big stage, seeing George Pickens do that hurts. I saw a graphic. He has about as many receiving yards alone than the whole Steelers wide receiving group. I think he has 1,052, and the Steelers have 1,086 as a team as a wide receiver. That's embarrassing. Your boy Dak Went 23 for 36, 354, 2 touchdowns reception. He also had a rushing touchdown. CeeDee Lamb had 4 for 75, and Jake had 5 for 60. This is really a tale of two halves, and the Cowboys not giving up on this game. That's to me, that is all part in their head coach. Um, there's a different feel with this team. I'm not a Cowboys fan, not in the slightest. But I will say it how it is. There's a different feel in this team. Last year, under Mike McCarthy or under any other head coach recently, when they go down big, they ain't coming back because they're always a team that does well when they're up big and they're able to just do whatever they want on offense. Whereas when they're down big, they seem to struggle, and it's like, oh boy, here's a route, here we go. It's just not going to end well for the Cowboys. But they were able to come back, and they're definitely extra motivated with the tragedy that happened with this team. Um, and they're playing really well. Their defense played well there in the second half. Again, I shit on Saquon. I shit on the Eagles offensive coordinator and his play calling, but it does help that the defense of the Cowboys is built more this year with the trade deadline that passed. So this game, me and you called it. Cowboys were going to win it. It was not a good looking game for the Eagles, and it showed. Again, it was a tale of two halves. So yeah, I'll let you take it away. I talked a lot there.
Yeah, I just had that feeling because, for one, Dak has an unbelievable record at home, especially against the NFC East. So my thought was, okay, I'm not going to go against Dak at home against the NFC East. Now, if it was on the road, that would have been a different story. This, I'm trying to figure out a way to say this without praising the Cowboys too much. Um, I mean, since they traded Micah Parson, yes, the defense hasn't. I mean, it's kind of the
It wasn't good
defense has
even
been
with
like
him. It wasn't
the
good with
defense has
him.
been. What was that?
That Cowboys defense wasn't even good with him. He was their star on the defense. It was their secondary that really sucked, and they were getting ran all over on the inside.
But this defense has been like a hit and miss this season.
Hmm.
The offense has been just the typical Dallas offense. But we also talked about it, when we said when they met in the first game of the season that we've both felt Dallas should have won, especially if CeeDee Lamb didn't have the fumbles. I mean, not the fumbles, the dropsies. We knew then that there was something wrong with the Eagles team, that entire Eagles team. But Dallas being Dallas, it's gonna. They've always have been the team that plays well in the regular season and then gets into the preseason and forgets how to play. Dallas is this is still not your year, so don't even start with that bullshit. But yeah, I mean, like you said, this team seems different under this new head coach, where they seem to like, okay, like you said in the past, they get down and they just implode. This team, they get down, they fight back, well, at least attempt to, and they did a great job fighting back Sunday.
And I have a question because, again, you guys used to have Saquon, being a Giants fan. Do you think this is more about the Eagles lost this game or the Cowboys won it? I know that sounds like a stupid question, but do you think that the Eagles played into the Cowboys' favor by the play calling and everything, or was it more Cowboys really just came back and won this game and said, "We're not losing this game"?
I'm going to say this was more of the Cowboys won this game.
Okay, because I'm the opposite. I think the Eagles really choked this game away. Uh, Again, with the play calling, with the play of Saquon Barkley, and they had a punt that got fumbled, and the stupid idiot returner caught it at the 1 yard line and tried to do something with it, and he got absolutely ran over and fumbled it. So
I mean, the Eagles play had some part of it, but no matter how you look at it, they scored 24 unanswered points to win the
mhm.
game. I mean, I got to give the team credit. They won the game.
Yeah, I mean, and that's against a great defense that we've seen shut down these top tier offenses recently. So again, a very impressive game from the Cowboys, which it could be their year, Tony. It really could be their year. They are
Oh,
still
that don't start that
they
bullshit.
they
Don't
still have
start
a
that
chance to
shit.
make the playoffs.
Don't start that
They have
shit.
a chance. They're in
Don't
the
start that shit.
AFC or in the
Don't don't
NFC.
don't don't start that shit.
It could be their year.
Yeah, it could be their year to continue being an accident waiting to happen.
Could be their year in the second half of the year. Don't sleep on them. All right, now it's the two other NFC teams, the Bucks and the Rams. Very kind of a boring game there on Sunday night. 7-34. Rams really showed their dominance in this game. Doesn't help that my guy Baker, he left with a sprained AC joint in his left shoulder and obviously could not continue. He was seen leaving the field or the arena, stadium, whatever you want to call it, in a sling, which is not good. He is trying to play this coming week. I don't know why. And Teddy Bridgewater, I forgot that he was still in the league, but he went 8 for 15 for 62 yards. This Bucks offense was no match against this Rams defense. Uh, Rams again are just showing and proving why they're the absolute best team in the league right now. And well, we said that last week. Me and you agreed on that sentiment very easily that they are easily the best team in the NFL. If it wasn't for the Eagles getting two lucky block field goals, they would have beaten them. The Rams are something different right now. I mean, it's really incredible. Matt Stafford is playing the best ball of his career. 273 yards on Sunday night and three touchdowns. Uh, Devontae Adams had two of those receiving touchdowns, and Kobe Parkinson had one of those receiving touchdowns, and Kobe Durant had 50-yard interception return for a touchdown. This Rams team is, man, it is something special, something different. They have so much talent all over the place that they barely even used Kyren Williams this game, who is a very dynamic running back. So, again, kind of a boring game, but again, this is just a statement win from the Rams, which is what they've been doing all year long. Just absolutely just proving their dominance over the whole league right now.
Um, I got a question for you. So you know how teams always, at a certain peak click, especially if they're about to make a Super Bowl run. Do you feel that this team clicked too early or just right in time?
I think it's right in time. I mean, they are. I don't know who they face. They face the Seahawks, who people were saying were like Rams and Seahawks were like 1 and 2 in the NFC, and they dogged them. They really defensively threw Sam Darnold for a loop, and he threw 4 interceptions.
Yeah, but they only lost by what 2 point, 3 points. It
Yes,
was
the offense wasn't what it needed to be in that game, but they still won the game. Um, They're, I think they peaked at just the right time. Again, Matt Stafford's playing the best ball of his career. Um,
okay.
just absolutely just.
Okay, let me change the question on you. Do you think they can sustain this enough to win another Super Bowl?
I think so. Because if you think in the Eagles game, they were dogging them. They're, they were really uh they were in control of that game, and the Eagles were able to come back and win it. And that's the best that the Eagles offense have looked all year. And again, with the two blocked punts, with the two blocked
Field goals.
field goals led to their loss. That's and they lost to San Fran in overtime. That was it. They beat Houston 14-9, Tennessee 33-19. They lost 33-26. Beat the Colts 27-20. Lost to the Niners 26-23. They beat Baltimore 17-3. They beat Jacksonville 35-7, New Orleans 34-10, San Francisco in their second meeting 42-26, Seattle 21-19, and Tampa Bay 34-7. And the remaining games are Carolina, Arizona, Detroit, Seattle, Atlanta, Arizona.
So the only real
I
threat there
think.
is Detroit and Seattle. That's the only real threat.
hmm And unless Sam Darnold and the Seahawks make some kind of adjustments, I see it being a lot like the last game that they just played. Rams to be #1 team in the whole NFL should make it to the playoff. Should make it to the playoffs. Should make it to the Super Bowl. To me, they're they're my pick in the NFC to make it all the way to the Super Bowl. That's just my opinion on them. I think they're just proving it game in and game out that they can do it. They can win even if their offense isn't playing like a top tier offense. They can do it with their defense as well, which is the sign of a really great team.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see anybody in the NFC beating the Rams to go to the Super Bowl unless the Rams beat themselves.
Yeah, because every NFC team right now is too inconsistent for me. We saw with the Seahawks, the Eagles, the Packers, all those teams that are right there with them are very inconsistent, whereas the Rams are not. Again, if they have a bad offensive game, their defense really helps them. It picks up for them. If but then when they're both gelling at the same time, they're a very almost impossible team to beat. So again, Rams really assert their dominance in the NFL this year. Um, right now to my dummy slash asshole of the week. I know you've
Yes.
been waiting for pretty much all day for this. That you want to know what it is about. So I was debating talk about this game that happened on Monday night, but it was the Interception Bowl. Brock Purdy had 3 interceptions, and Bryce Young had 2 interceptions. It's a very
Dummy.
kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a very boring Monday Night Football game. It was 20-9 was the final score. I did not feel like really talking about it. But something happened in this game that really caught my attention and hurt me almost just seeing the video of it. So Carolina Panthers safety Trayvon Merrick ended up punching San Francisco wide receivers
Mm.
Jawan Jennings in the nuts.
Yeah, he got suspended for 1 game for that.
Yep. And the video of it, it's not cool. Jawan was just run blocking, and he and Merrick pretty much uppercutted Jawan Jennings in the man region. And almost like what Jamar Chase last week, somehow Trayvon is appealing his suspension. When there's clear cut video of him punching Jawan Jennings in the garage. Which then Jawan after the game ended up punching him, which again I think is very reasonable. He didn't do it in the midst of a game to cost his team a 15-yard penalty and maybe get ejected. Yeah, to me that is my dummy slash asshole of the week because you do that in the course of an NFL game, you're an asshole.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no place in the game for that. Almost like spitting. To me, I don't know which one's worse, punching a man in that spot or spitting on them. I think spitting on them is definitely worse.
Yeah, I have to say spitting is worse.
Yeah, I mean, you do this, you're a huge asshole. Whereas, when you spit on somebody, you are again you. We were talking about spitting twice this year, but when you spit on somebody, it is pretty much the lowest thing that you could do to somebody. So yeah, that's my dummy sus asshole week. I don't know if you have any comments on that at all.
I'm just perplexed that a man would stoop that low to hit another man in his nuts. I
It's just
mean, yeah, it's just
like
yeah,
Juwan was just blocking him. It was a course of an NFL play, and just uppercutted and punched him in his crotch.
yeah,
And I don't know how the ref didn't see it. I don't understand. Like the ref was right there, and Jawan was bent over in pain, obviously, and understandably so. Just, just unexcusable is the best word to put in that situation.
I agree.
All right, now on to our pick'ems. Last week we all did pretty well. We've been doing well this in these past couple weeks. Me and Frank both got 110. You got 100 points. We all picked the Bills last week, which we honestly should have known this was coming. The Bills have been very inconsistent this year. They ended up losing on Thursday Night Football to the Texans, so we all got that game wrong. Me and Frank picked the Steelers. You picked the Bears. Good pick on that one. But then we picked the Lions, and you picked your Cowboy, or you picked your Giants, and so that kind of evened itself out. We all picked the Packers. We got that right. You and Frank picked the Chiefs, and I picked the Colts because I just wanted them to win. They should have won. They were in the driver's seat to win, and I almost looked really, really smart. But I got that one wrong. And then we all picked the Ravens, Seahawks, and Patriots. We all got that right. Me and Frank picked the Browns. You picked the Raiders, and got that wrong.
No,
We all picked the
no,
Jag.
no.
What?
I don't know what I was thinking.
No. We all picked the Jags. We got that right. Frank picked the Eagles. Me and you picked the Cowboys. Again, we were saying it last week. Not a good looking game for the Eagles, and it showed up. You picked the Saints. We picked the Falcons, and we all picked the Rams and the Niners.
Well, I figured with Michael Penix out, I mean, it would have made sense.
Yeah, Penix and London out, and it didn't really
Exactly.
make a difference for them. So now to the picks for this week, week 13. Again,
Uh,
the Thanksgiving games, Packers and the Lions. Lions are at home. I'll go with Lions. They already lost to the Packers once. I don't see it happening again.
yeah, gotta go with the Lions.
Chiefs and Cowboys. This is a very tough game to pick. Uh, but I'm gonna go into the rigging kind of side of things. I think the NFL keeps the Chiefs in it, and they win on Thursday night or Thursday afternoon.
I'm gonna be the rebel.
You're going Cowboys?
I'm going with the Cowboys.
Again, I really want to pick Cowboys, but I don't know. I just don't know. I might change it. I might. I don't know. I'm really heavily leaning on the Cowboys side, but I picked against the Chiefs last week and it didn't work out, so I don't really know. Bengals and Ravens. Joe Burrow is coming back and he's starting for the Bengals, but I don't think it's really going to matter. I'm picking the
Still
Ravens.
going with the Ravens.
Bears and Eagles. I'm going with the Bears.
So am I.
Eagles, absolutely not. I understand you're at home. It's a Friday game, but I don't really care. Your offense is way too inconsistent right now. Whether it be one week it be Jalen Hurts and the right receivers, next week it's Saquon Barkley and the play calling. So yeah, there's no way I'm picking the Eagles. The Bears. I looked at the schedule. It was kind of a cakewalk schedule to be 8-3 right now, but still, I think they're playing good ball to be able to win this game. Niners and Browns. I go with the Niners.
Niners.
Shador and everybody that's hyping him up right now is going to get brought right back down to earth. Jags and Titans. I'm definitely going with the Jags.
Jags.
Texans and Colts.
I'm going with the Colts at home.
Yeah, but this Texans team, man, I think they're on a roll right now with Davis Mills. I don't know if he goes 4-0, but watch out for this Texans team. That mostly their defense is really stepping up recently. Saints and Dolphins. Wow.
Dolphins.
I'm going with the Dolphins. I think Alvin Kamara is going to be out for the Saints, so that's a huge hit to their offense. Falcons and Jets. I want the Falcons
Falcons.
and Kirk Cousins. Cardinals and Bucks.
Is Baker playing?
He's really trying to. He's trying to play. Um, right now I'll go with the Bucks, but I might change it to the Cardinals.
I'm going
I
with the
think Kirk will
Cardinals until I find out if Baker's playing.
play. Rams and Panthers. I'm going with the Rams.
Rams.
Vikings and Seahawks. I'm going with the Seahawks. No JJ McCarthy, which to me I think he's been the worst quarterback in the NFL this year. Sad to say because I'm a Michigan fan, but he has looked absolutely terrible. So I'm going with Seahawks. Bills and Steelers.
I gotta go with the Bills.
I'm going with the Bills too. Raiders and Chargers. I'm going with the Chargers.
Chargers.
Broncos and
Broncos.
Commanders. Broncos. And Giants and Patriots. I'm going with the Patriots. I know that you're going to go with your Giants.
Of course.
And the score, I don't know. I'm going to go with 46. There.
Almost 65.
Jesus.
One of them is going to score 30-something points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be 30-16. There you go. There's your final score.
I think that's it for today.
Yeah, it's. I can smell my mom making the Thanksgiving feast. I could smell it from upstairs.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to wish all of our viewers, subscribers, anybody, a very happy, healthy, and safe Thanksgiving. Also, to you, Tony, I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And just to stay safe over there in Michigan.
You too, brother. Stay safe in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And to our sponsors, Doobie, we hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving as well. And just remember, if you order anything from them, use the discount code DROPZONE, and you get 10% off. And also to the Zone Elite family. Yep. Wish you all happy Thanksgiving as well. Again, if you order over exactly. If you order over $35, you can use the Drop Zone the discount code Drop Zone, and you will get 15% off your total order.
There you go.
There's never an episode where we don't have some type of blooper going on.
I mean, I can't be talking. I can't speak most of my times anyway, so it's kind of good seeing somebody else who can't talk either.
So, again, we want to wish everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving. If you're going to be doing any shopping on Black Friday, be very careful.
Yep. The psychopaths of America.
Yep. We'll see you all next week. Maybe.
Bye.